What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Chris, as always with me. And we really appreciate you guys being here. We are on our way to like one of the most massive goals we've ever thought. We started off with like a hobby. We were like, we really like entertainment and we want to talk about it, like in the break room, but we're just going to do it on camera. And because you guys enjoyed it so much too, we're at over 3,200 subscribers.
32,000.
32. There's an extra zero on there.
32,200 something.
You know, and I just want to take a second before we kick off this episode to say thank you. It's all possible because of you guys tuning in. Our last video had so many comments. Like, you guys, I just really love this group that we're building, this audience that we're building, this like this community that we're bringing together and having conversations about TV. A couple of you try to spoil some things for us, but our other faithful people are like, don't read this comment, they spoiled it. And I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, there's always going to be trolls, guys. There's always going to be trolls. So we deal with it, right? With all that being said, if you're here for the first time, this is a show about shows. We get together, we chat. We are not experts by any means. Matter of fact, there's a show that we're reviewing, not this one, where I'm jumping in blind. If you actually want to check that out, it's Handmaid's Tale, and it's the final season, and I'm reviewing it blind, and people are loving it. So you can check it out. But today, we are diving into The Last of Us, episode 4. We have both been struggling with this season, especially Liam. If you tune into our last episode, let us know how many times he said, fuck you, bring back Joel, because it was in the double digits. But today we're going to discuss episode 4 in all its entirety. We really appreciate you guys being here. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do so. If you want to be a member of our Patreon and get some cool stuff like shout outs on the videos and early access, links down in the description. But without further ado, let's dive into what was, in my opinion, a better episode than last episode.
I felt it was a better episode, right into the point where we went right back to following her around.
I think for both of us, let us know in the comments if you guys are on this train or maybe think of it differently. I do not enjoy Bella Ramsey's acting of Ellie, right? The problem for me is you have this protagonist who is supposed to be like badass. Like, yeah, she's got trauma and she's young and she's got these things going on, but she's not like this angsty, whiny little teen like she portrays herself to be in the series. I have a hard time believing her as this role. And that to me, since the very first episode, right? So since season 1, that's been hard. But we had Pedro Pascal as Joel and he carried the whole show, right? That was awesome. And we do have characters like Tommy and Dina and Jesse who, you know, and then the villain that we got in this one, like, we'll talk about that in a minute. Like, there are characters that are worthwhile to follow and it could be a good show. The premise is great. It's the acting for me, for Bella Ramsey, that really puts a hindrance on it. And so now that Joel's gone and we are directly following her character, it's a struggle for me. And I'm noticing by your face, it's a struggle for you too.
Yeah, we had the opening scene. I thought that was great with the stuff with Isaac, like origin story.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. We got to see some other characters and other timelines, current, past, back and forth. And the moment we got back to her, I'm just like, just give me the side characters at this point.
You know, and I think that's really where they're going to end up having to go. Because without Pedro Pascal to carry the show, they're going to need more stars who can actually act and have a range of emotion to show up.
Isaac is a great example of that. I love him as an actor.
Hands down, phenomenal choice.
His freaking name though.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but he actually voices Isaac in the video game. He's portraying, he voice acts as Isaac, and then he's coming in as Isaac.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, just like so Ashley Johnson, critical role, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, all the things we talk like off camera.
Yeah, she
voice acts Ellie in the game, but in the series she plays her mom, right? Because she had aged out of the role. And then you also have people like Laura Bailey, who's another phenomenal voice actress and another member of Critical Role, who does Abby's voice, right? So it's interesting to me. I think you probably could have casted some of those voice actors more and actually had a solid cast of range and emotion. And like, you know, Ashley Johnson's been acting since she's a child. She was in Growing Pains. Like she knows what she's doing, right? So like, why don't just cast her? I don't know. We're going off on a tangent, but I'm happy to see more of the original voice actors filling their roles and actually like showing up and making a difference.
I wasn't even aware that he was the voice actor. Like I said, never played the game. But yeah, I very much enjoy his range from, what was the one HBO show where they go to this fantasy land, everyone's robots, but they're like becoming sentient.
Yeah, he plays one of the main scientists. Westworld,
yes. Great in that. Great in the Hunger Games.
Phenomenal in Hunger Games.
I just like him as an actor, and he's just one of those, I almost want to say B-rated actors, because they're not like the top tier, but anything that they're in, I'll give a chance just because they're in it.
Yeah, I would agree that he's one of those actors that unfortunately doesn't get the credit he's due, yes. Right? Like he's not necessarily like the Brad Pitt of the movie, but he's carrying most of that movie on his back with his acting for sure.
So I do like the whole Fedra and what's the other one? Something like that.
The Washington Liberation Front, WLF.
WLF. Yeah. All right. So it seems like he left the Fedra thing.
Yes.
And it's looking like he's doing the same thing, but that was for the same reason he left. And now he's just building his own version of the same.
So a lot of what The Last of Us is showing us, especially in the TV series, is just how cyclical all this stuff is. Like Abby and Ellie's story of revenge, how it's just like Joel wipes out all the Fireflies to save Ellie, and then Abby comes and kills Joel. Now Ellie's going out to kill Abby. It's like a constant cycle. And they're showing you the same things happening here, right? You have Isaac, who starts off as a Marine, who is a soldier. The world falls apart. He becomes a Fedra sergeant. Fedra becomes these just like the worst of the worst. Like think almost like Nazi Germany, how bad they get. Like oppressing people, taking away their rights, stripping away their food, beating them, killing them, extorting them, like just bad people. And you get a glimpse of that as they're talking about the people in the car.
Talking about voters.
Right. And so he, being an actually like moral and good person, is like, I've had enough of this shit. Like, I'm not going to stand for this. And that's why you see him like turn on those Fedra guys and then become a big part of the WLF. And then as we see him many years later, he's now the leader of them all. But I think that they're showing you that like, they're also showing you that thin line between like what is a terrorist and a freedom fighter. Many vets like yourself and I understand is that like everybody who picks up a gun in the name of their country or a bigger cause usually believes that they're doing the right thing. They're doing something for something larger than themselves. And so based on where you're from and who's talking to you and what side of the line you're on, you believe that you're doing the right thing. And I think that's also what we're seeing here too, is that like Isaac started off with a very moral and just wanting to like make the world a better place and go back to the way that things were. But he also has, through time, became the exact thing he wanted to stop, right? So it's cycling, and now the new Isaac is going to come, and yeah.
That's pretty much all I really want to talk about. I mean, we can ignore Ellie.
So there's some pretty crucial things. All right,
I get it.
Ellie is a point of contention for both of us. It is hard to watch her act, but
I like Dina.
Dina was great. I thought that there were some really awesome homages to the game, like the tank scene where they start talking about, I remember very clearly her character mentioning the Apollo mission and people burning up. So like, there's definitely like homages to that.
I thought that was random as fucking hell. Dark.
It's their direct Easter eggs for the video game, right? That's a lot of the dialogue. If it's like, why are they saying this? It's because they said it in the video game. And so my stomach's yelling at me. They're just giving you an homage to that. But the whole Dina finding the pregnancy test, but making you think maybe she found some drugs, like just like not really letting you know what she's doing until much later. And then Ellie obviously showing Dina that she can get bit and not get turned. Huge part of the episode.
Yeah.
Them ultimately getting away from
I kind of just want to erase her from the show.
Well, I mean, for me, the best part of The Last of Us isn't necessarily the drama and the story. It's the zombie apocalypse that's happening in the background. Like this fungus has taken over. And we actually got to see more of the infected. We got to see a clicker even in this one where the guy's whole face is taken over, which like comes to the back of the subway there. So you got to see more of that and like more of the actual like what I would think would be a huge, crucial part of a show like this is having the infected be in there. So I'm glad that we did get to see that.
I was worried for a moment there too, like, I'm not gonna see anybody, huh? But then we got the whole massive invasion of like a subway station or something like that.
Yeah. So, you see the tendrils, right? Like the underground, like...
Yeah, the flare triggered the little peeker.
Yeah, yeah. So... much like, think of like a spider web. If it like touches over here, like everything gets taut, like everything knows about it. And so as soon as the flare indicates here,
it's a great analogy for that.
Everyone in the vicinity knows what just happened. And so they're all kind of coming to that area now. And ultimately, I think that also is one of the main reasons why not even a couple hours later, a huge attack happens and you're watching it from the outside.
Yes. And they eventually get out. For Ellie, one thing I do appreciate is that she will put herself in front of everything to save Dina, which I'm going to give her a little credit there.
Yeah.
For that character. I still don't like her. But they progress their relationship. We learn that Dina's pregnant, so guessing that's the ex.
She even jokes with her. Is it Jesse's? She's like, what do you mean? I'm not a whore. Like, yes, Jesse's.
Yeah. And I kind of want to see more of the Fedra, the Isaac stuff. I hope he's going to be a bigger piece.
He's going to be the big bad for the humans anyway.
Well, he needs to be, because we've got like this black hole of massive talent. You get the joke?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. But yeah, he's this massive hole that needs to be filled, and it's not going to be done by just anyone, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. There's some interesting choices that the show has made versus the game that I necessarily don't agree with. I mean, my opinion is like everybody's, right? Everyone's got one. But in the game, Tommy, the brother, is a much bigger part of the revenge mission after Joel gets killed.
They didn't show that at all.
No, the show chose to have Tommy take the high road.
Yeah.
Which in the game, Tommy's absolutely on a revenge mission after Joel gets killed. He goes with Ellie. So for me, they have to have a bigger plan for Tommy and the town and what's going to go on there, and like than what we have seen. Otherwise, why remove him from one of the most crucial plots? Like that storyline is pretty important, and now Tommy's not even on that anymore. So I'm interested. It's like that's one thing that keeps me like hopeful, is that now we have the WLF in Seattle with Isaac. We have Tommy back in Wyoming in the town, and we have the ability to like bounce around and to be in different groups of people now. And not necessarily stuck just following one protagonist that's hard to follow sometimes. So I am hopeful about that. Like,
you're being so kind.
I'm trying. Come from a very kind place. Yeah, so I'm hopeful because now it's upsetting because Tommy's a badass and they nerfed him, right? They made him not so badass. But I want to see if that means that we're going to get a whole different story arc from him that maybe we would be awesome to see, that we don't know about. So, although this was a better episode, it still was a lot of Ellie and Dina walking around looking for stuff. The guitar scene, which I thought was actually pretty cool. If nothing else, that was a pretty awesome scene and an homage.
One thing I will give her is good voice. She did a pretty good job of singing that song.
I don't have anything against her as a person. I just think she does a really bad job as acting as Ellie. Because when you had her as Mormont, what the frick was her first name? From Game of Thrones, she did a really good job with that scene, like with playing that role. Like she was this like angry, way older than she should be for her years, like cold as ice kind of little girl. And then she plays that character really well. I think because she did so well on that, they obviously gave her a chance at something else. And I don't think she really showed up as well as I would like to have seen.
All right. I don't know how to judge off the game, so I can't speak to or for or against it, so I have no idea. But that's all right?
Yeah, that's really it for this episode.
Bye.
Let us know what you guys thought in the comments below. If you have not been commenting this whole time, and hit that like button for us to help out this video for more people to see it, and hit subscribe if you have not already. Appreciate you guys getting all the way to the end. If you really enjoyed it, we definitely have tons of playlists for you. My name is Chris.
Liam.
you can check them out right here. Matter of fact, there's 2 playlists right here you could check out. Both of them have some really awesome stuff on it. And there's something above my head that YouTube says that you would really like. So we'll see you on those videos. Peace.
Yeah.
I sound like it was very loud for that whole recording.
Find the strength hiding in each battle scar. You're not who you were, you've already come far.